Okay, I'm going to start a series of videos that's going to help you learn how to use MyFitnessPal. Now, it's very important that you use some type of a diet and exercise tracking app so that you can really keep track of where you're at. That way you're going to get your goals much easier. It's going to make a lot more sense to you, and you're going to have a plan. You're going to have some structure to go forward with. So with that being said, when you set up your MyFitnessPal account, it's a free account. You don't have to go to the premium level. Just stay on the free account. You'll be fine there. Now, when you set this up, set it up using your email, not through Facebook. When you do this, then I can look into your account if you have a bronze level membership or more from the Ripped at 60 website. So it'll allow me to be able to log in as you, look at your progress, and give you tips on how to improve and how to move forward. This is very, very critical for understanding how this works. But these videos are going to give you the basics to kind of get you started and give you some direction on how to go. Now, the first one is going to be your diet and fitness profile. Here you're going to enter the information, and you'll see this on the screenshot coming up. So you're going to enter your information as far as where you are now and where you want to go. You'll also need to enter an activity level. Now, this is very important. Really look at the description of these. A lot of times people get the wrong one, and then it's going to really change where you're at. So it has it from sedentary up to very active. Choose the right one. And then the third portion of this is going to show you what to put in for exercise. Now, when you're putting in your goal and you're putting in your exercise, make sure that you're very, very critical here. If you're going to work out consistently 3 days a week, put that in. If you're going to be spending 30 minutes on a workout, put that in. But don't do more than what you can really physically and mentally commit to. And then when you look at how you want to lose or gain weight, again, make it very realistic. You don't necessarily want to be at a half a pound a week, but at the same time, 2 pounds a week might be a little aggressive. So I like to kind of go in between the middle there with the pound or 1.5 pounds per week. So take a look at this next screenshot and you'll see these things. Those are my tips with it, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay, now we move on to the food and exercise diary settings. Now we have to look at what we want to track. Macronutrients are fats, carbohydrates, and protein. Micronutrients are the smaller things, so the vitamins and minerals. The biggest things that you really want to focus on, as you can see from this screenshot coming up, are going to be the fats, the carbohydrates, the proteins, and then I always like to look at sodium and sugar because those are two things that are going to be very important as well in keeping blood pressure down and or helping you lose some weight. So put those in, choose those things, and we'll be able to track those. Now the next thing you see are going to be the meals. I have mine set up where I track a morning snack, an afternoon snack, and an evening snack. You can customize that and have that in there, so when you put these information in as you move forward, then it will allow you to be a little bit more specific on what you're eating and when. This next screenshot will show you the food diary. Now, when you do the food diary, it's important, again, to get as close as you can. But I don't want you to try to be exact, weigh everything out, measure everything, look for the exact things that are going to be in there. If you search for the food, just find it. A lot of brand names are going to be in there. It's got a huge database, so you'll be able to go from there. If you have something like you make a homemade spaghetti and meat sauce, find one that's a generic version of that. It'll get you close. When you measure things, look at it, get an approximate. You can look at it and say, yeah, that's about a cup of rice. So use those types of things, or that's like 4 ounces of a steak. Get close, but we don't have to be exact, and that's going to help you get to where you want to be. Now, if you look further down on the diary, it's going to give you the totals. it's very important to try to end up your day as close to that zero as possible, because that means you're right on target. So each one of those we want to kind of look at. We're going to be more focused on the calorie side of it than we are the carbohydrates, fats, sodium, and sugar. So leave those aside for now. We'll focus on that next month. Let's just work on the calories, make sure we get the calories where they need to be. You'll also see that your total calories are going to be adjusted based on exercise. So make sure you enter your exercise in first thing in the morning. That way you're not chasing calories at the end of the day. If you put your exercise in at night, you might have 400 or 500 calories that you've got to go and find, and you're really not that hungry and you really don't want to have that. So if you start earlier, you can kind of work your way through the day and stay on track and really keep this thing dialed in. Now you see the pie chart. It's a real nice visual. Again, we'll talk about that come next month, getting into those macronutrients and starting to focus on those then. But for this month, the focus is going to be calories and, more importantly, net calories. Now, as I said earlier, when you add exercise, do it first thing in the morning. What this does, again, is it keeps you from chasing calories over the course of the day or at the end of the day. If you do it early, it does two things for you. Again, it keeps you from chasing those calories. You can really stay on point as you go through the day. But then it also kind of gives you that little mental push that, I committed to this exercise, so I need to get it done today. That's a very, very important piece as well. It kind of really helps you with the overall progress as you move forward. Now, when you do enter the exercise, go again to the search function, but add it under cardiovascular. Don't add it under the strength tab. The strength tab, you have to know specifically how many calories you burned with that specific set amount of weights, repetition. It's way too difficult. So let's leave that alone. Look under the cardiovascular tab, search for things like weight training, circuit training, cycling, walking, hiking, different types of activities like this. Set the time involved. It'll give you the calories you burned, or very, very close. Again, we're not looking at being totally specific. We're looking at being in the ballpark with this whole thing. So get that exercise added early in the morning. The last screenshot is going to be the daily summary. Now this is where you're going to be spending a lot of time. This is what shows you where you are with your net calories. It's going to give you your basic goal at the beginning. That's what we want to get to. The net calorie should equal that goal at the end of the day. As you can see in the example on the screenshot, I've already taken in more calories than what my total goal is for the day. But then when I back out the exercise, I have a deficit. I still need to eat a little over 400 calories to finish the day and make it work on the end. Again, net calories should equal the goal calories, and this is where we want to stay focused. Stay focused on the calories for the next 30 days, and that's going to make a big difference for you going forward. As I conclude this segment, I hope I've given you some good direction on how to use MyFitnessPal. Again, it's important. Get on it, use it. It will help you get to where you want to be. If you have any specific questions about how to use it or how it works in your situation, again, don't hesitate to email me personally. I'll have my email listed on the last page, last screen of this video, and then you'll be able to just send me an email and I'll answer anything specifically for you.